Hi everyone, welcome back to my reactions and welcome back to the Hitchcock reactions. It's been a minute since I watched a Hitchcock movie, but today we are getting into Spellbound, the 1945 Hitchcock film. And I was going to watch this in lieu of Strangers on a Train, but I watched Strangers on a Train because I couldn't find this movie anywhere. And then some very, very helpful person super kindly put this link into their comment, and it is a version of Spellbound on YouTube. What it looks like the whole movie. It is an hour and 58 minutes long, says it's from 1945, and it has over 1.4 million views. So I'm assuming that this is the right version of the movie and that it is not going to be some kind of ripoff or spin-off, but I'm just going to go into it hoping that this is the real version of Spellbound. But I'm very excited for it. I've never heard of this movie before in my entire life, like literally never heard of it, but it's been commented quite a bit for me to watch, so I'm very excited to check it out because I've heard good things about it. I've just never heard about it until I started watching Hitchcock movies. And before we get into this reaction, let me do the lighting. So let me turn on the light and we can decide what color it should be. Boop! Nice. Okay, so the colors today, I don't actually know what the colors of this movie are or if it's in black and white. I don't know anything about this film, as I've said. Don't even know what the poster looks like, so I think I'm going to go blue. I'm going blue. I've done it. I'm going blue. And I think I'm going blue just because blue is a very nice aesthetic and it's my favorite color. So even if the movie is not blue in any way, shape, or form, then blue is going to work for me. And if you'd like to check out more of my reactions, you can head over to my Patreon. I have uncut reactions to many of the movies I watch on YouTube, as well as early access reactions to my movies that come out 1 week early. There are also 2 exclusive Patreon movies a month that you guys on Patreon get to choose. Thank you so much if you check it out. Now let's get back to the video. Okay, let's just dive into this movie. I hope I get spellbounded by how great this film is. You get my joke? That's such a bad one. Oh, I'm doing so many bad jokes before the movie starts in so many videos now. It's so great. Anyways, time to get into this. I hope you enjoy my reaction to Spellbound. It's just feel like people can get into their seats or something. Like, I've never seen this before. And I've seen movies older than 1945, and I've never seen them before, so I don't know if it's like a commonality thing to have in movies, in old movies. Oh, it's faded away! Movie time! The Fault in Our Stars. Wait, that's a Shakespeare quote. Interesting exposition. I feel like in movies nowadays you wouldn't have this, but maybe it was just something that was just very untalked about back then.
Here.
I'll be all right.
Must we dash in?
Harry will be alright. Harry will be alright. He looks like a man who's alright.
Love it, if I had time.
Would you?
Whoa, Cheetah over here.
You were listening to me babble about my idiotic childhood. Really?
She seems very against it.
Subconscious putting up a fight. It doesn't want me cured. Exactly.
That was a good camera movement.
You're right. I'm lying like mad.
You're right. I'm such a liar.
I want to sink my teeth into his hand and bite it off. In fact, I did that once.
Whoa.
Stash. Bit it clear off.
You bit his mustache off? That's actually impressive. That's actually impressive.
Dr. Fleureau, I want to talk to you alone.
She's gonna bite your mustache off.
With an ice pack on your head.
Are you making love to me?
Well, then.
What the? I don't know what type of making love you do,
I tried
but
to convince you that your lack of...
that's strange.
Because you're not a textbook. You're a sweet, pulsing, adorable woman underneath.
What if he's like, 'cause I like textbooks?
Stop it. I'm mad about you.
She's not even moving. She's literally just a brick.
No. Your attitudes are very interesting.
Oh my god, she's just analyzing him.
Well, I agree with you. I'm as able and brilliant as ever. But having crumbled once, I might crumble again.
I'm as able and brilliant as ever. Oh, this man.
20 years.
Yes, I know, but come in.
Is this the new guy? Oh no.
May I do that for you, Doctor?
No, don't give him the
I
knife.
can do this myself very well. Please sit down. I'll be with you in a moment.
It's actually so cool. They're introducing every single character in like individual order. That's the new guy. That's the new guy.
Leave those daydreams to Dr. Murchison.
Whoa, he's so young.
Edwards, these are your quarters.
Some nice quarters. I would live there. Make me a doctor.
Yes, I've read all his books. A very keen, unorthodox mind. Well, it would be dreadful.
Sound like boring books to me. What are the dragons and the battles? Oh, she is in love.
No, not yet.
That is the stare of love.
Peterson.
How do you do?
Look at the lighting on her face. It's just a little darker above her eyes and below her eyes, and so it really makes her eyes stand out, and so you focus in on them, and that's what you're supposed to be looking at in the film. Very subtle lighting, but it works really well.
Yes, I am. And I miss them, particularly winter sports. Did you show up?
Oh, this guy is not gonna have a chance. Mr. Mustache Man is not gonna have any chance against this new guy.
You know, that house is really here.
Are you okay?
Forgive me.
That definitely just triggered something.
Completely surrounded by ketchup.
Oh yeah, he's gotta decrease the lines. I mean, honestly, I was a little bugged out by that too.
Oh, love notes already. The French.
This guy's a little jealous.
Oh, I'm sorry, Doctor. You were talking to him.
No, go on.
Is he gonna be impressed? I bet he is.
What I am thinking isn't true, then.
No, and in the course of analyzing yourself, you'll see that. Harry.
Edward is so interesting to me. What's up with him?
With you. I understand you're not on duty till after dinner.
What I intend.
You just asked her out on a date. Bold move, Edward.
Interesting new patient, a kleptomaniac.
Kleptomaniacs for lunch. They'll steal the food right out of your mouth.
Do you think they did a lot of research for this movie?
Yes,
It
Doctor.
feels like they did, but I am not a psych student or anything,
Yes,
so I don't really know how much of this is true.
Well, look at some sane trees, normal grass, and clouds without complex.
She didn't really put up a fight, did she? She didn't really put up a fight.
Delusions about love. Writing about it as if it were a symphony orchestra and a flight.
I bet she wouldn't like Shakespeare then.
But they expect kisses to be like lyrical poems. And embraces.
They can be.
Differently, then they get sick and have to be analyzed.
She just hasn't met someone she's been in love with before.
Of course I cannot really argue through him many times. Oh,
Whoopsie.
Oh my god, you're so clumsy.
oh, isn't this beautiful?
Perfect.
Oh, he's looking at her, saying perfect.
Ham or liver?
I like Edward, but I wonder if there's anything more to him than meets the eye. There must be.
I'm very sorry I wasn't here.
Nonsense. You look as if you'd had instructive time.
Yeah, your hair's very frazzled.
Peterson has already eaten, as one could tell by the mustard on our right forefinger. I would.
Case Sherlock Holmes.
Looks as if we have Casanova himself, the head of Greed Manors. Did you notice a blush every time we mentioned his name?
Oh my god. Stop it, Sherlock. You're not Sherlock. Calm down. Is this movie called Spellbound because she gets spellbound by love? This mystical, magical force that she doesn't understand and that science doesn't understand. I love the music. I love the music. Do it! Do it! Go to Ed. Oh wait, that's the library. Never mind. She's gonna make out with some textbooks instead. I'm gonna be calling Anthony Edwards Edward like it's his first name, by the way. Just a heads up. Oh my god. It feels like she's doing something risque. I love this like curiosity. It feels like she can't get him out of her mind. But she doesn't really know how to react to it. Aww.
Of course, at school we had several literary professors, but that was quite different.
This is just a way to talk to him.
I don't want to discuss it at all.
No, she doesn't.
Please don't talk that way. You'll think I came in to hear that.
You did. You definitely did.
In a day.
It happens in a moment sometimes.
It can happen in a moment. I love these close-ups. I love these close-ups. You can see the lightning coming off of their faces. Opening the door of emotions, of love. A door that had been previously locked. The unlocking of her heart. Oh no. Yeah, what is up with him? What is this?
Robe, I don't understand.
I hate the color.
Bad.
You think think so. He's in surgery.
I'll be right along.
Oh my god. That just took a turn. This music's so creepy right now.
Heart gaze. Not heart. Shock of some sort.
Yeah, we must get
brought about by exhaustion.
Edwards is very interesting. I wish I had any psychological knowledge to help me understand this, but I honestly am just in the dark, completely in the dark. Maybe he wrote that book as a way to come to terms with his guilt complex, but then it didn't work. Hold on a second. This isn't Anthony Edwards. Well, it is, but it's not that Anthony Edwards. Hold on a second. The twists.
Sorry.
The twists keep coming.
Who are you?
Yeah, who are you, Edwards?
I killed him. Took his place.
Oh my god, he's just imposter Edward. Is this literally killed him or mentally killed him though? Like, did his brain mentally kill Edwards and then make a new Edward? Or did he actually psycho stab Edwards in real life?
Will you answer me truthfully and trust me?
I trust you, but it's no use. I can't think.
This is not how I thought the movie was gonna go, let me tell you.
Telephone me.
Yes, they're in the office.
Yeah, who was that actually? Good question. This is why you're doing this job.
It frightened me. I didn't know why it should. Here.
It frightened me. Ah, cigarette. Jump scare
Initial
cigarette.
JB.
Justin Bieber.
I trust you. Sleep. You better get some sleep yourself. I'll be alright.
Dude, the mystery is so good. I want to know. I want to know who this guy is. Aww, he's actually so nice though. Like, he's not a bad person, it looks like. Okay, so he is JB. I was wondering if he was JB or if he knew someone called JB.
Show them the picture.
Oh, yes.
He's gonna look completely different, watch.
Sided cunning that goes with paranoid behavior. But we're wasting time, gentlemen.
I don't think that's just the story though. I think there's more. I think there's way more. I'll be a little disappointed if that's just it.
Oh, this is Dr. Peterson.
Oh, the letter's still on the ground.
It's a funny diagnosis for a fellow who's supposed to just come from a vacation.
I made no medical diagnosis. I was shocked to see him.
You know what? What if it was a stressful vacation? That happens, especially if you're with family. It can happen.
He may be hanging around. We'll have to go over the grounds first.
Someone definitely looked at the ground and saw that letter. There's... Oh my god. You would have felt that kicking it too.
I'll keep you informed of the police activities.
The letter! Oh, he didn't read it. Okay. I'm glad he's not a nosy Parker.
A woman like you can never become involved emotionally with any man, sane or insane.
Oh my god, this guy sucks at his job. Fire him. Literally fire right next to him. Throw him in the fire. Literally fire him.
Dr. Fleurot's ideas are quite accurate, but I'm rather tired. Good night. Good night.
Rather tired. I'm gonna go to New York for a bit though. I saw him. Sneaky bugger. I saw Alfred.
How about you and me having a nice little drink together now that we're acquainted?
Let's say no. Let's say no.
You don't have to be so snooty about it.
She was literally not snooty.
I'll have you know I'm a guest in this hotel. Who do you think you are?
The police.
A school teacher.
I thought so. They always look like they've just lost something.
I thought so. This guy thinks he's so smart. She's just humoring him.
But how could you tell?
Well, I'm a kind of a psychologist. You know, you gotta be.
Oh my god. She's talking. He's talking to a psychologist. I love that. Was such a fun scene. I love how smart that guy felt, and she just went with it. It was awesome. Oh my god, this guy needs to bugger off. Go back to Pittsburgh.
John Brown, huh? Not much imagination for an alias.
John Brown, JB.
I'm going to sit here all day watching for him.
Oh, I know you would. I'm glad to be.
So now do I have to switch calling him from Edwards, or do I have to call him Brown now?
What did you come for?
She's always a constant in your life.
Do with love.
Yeah, it definitely does. Has nothing to do with love. They just do the biggest embrace of all time.
Friends?
Yes. Probably a wife.
When you were a kid? We're still talking about childhood, aren't we?
Do the others.
No.
So he was a doctor beforehand.
I don't remember, but logically,
Yeah, logically, that's correct.
You were in an accident. Where was it?
Oh, here we go. It didn't work. He fainted. He locked it out. Oh, the detective. The house detective.
When you left the mountains, you must have passed through New York. Wherever you...
There's still something in me that wants to think that he is Dr. Edwards and something happened. But the picture looked different. So he can't be, right? The tension in this movie is really good. No. He doesn't know. It's kind of cool that he faints after every single one of them.
Darling, pull yourself together. You're all right.
Pull yourself together, Sergeant.
And I'll telegraph Rome, Georgia, and have us picked up.
we can't go back to the hotel. I'll have a million.
She's so smart. I love how smart she is and how her like analytical nature is actually influencing the story.
At least there's nothing wrong with me.
What the heck is that, Makeout Corner or something?
Everybody's doing it.
Yes. Yes.
He's like, then why did you kiss?
Oh, you're going to hate me a great deal before we're through.
And you're gonna like that.
As a sign,
Hate is the path to success.
what did you do in Rome?
Rome, Italy is the only Rome that I know.
Think.
I guess Rome, Georgia now too. Go Rome, Georgia. Represent. The lines. Okay, the lines are super important. What do they mean?
Since if there's anything I hate, it's a smug woman.
This is the hate thing she was talking about.
Darling, we're just beginning.
We're just beginning.
Oh, and there are two gentlemen waiting for him in there.
She just let these random strangers into the house. Okay.
How's your mother been lately? Oh, she's still complaining about rheumatism.
This is not awkward at all.
No chance of promotion just because you got rheumatism.
I hate this guy. Oh my god, I want to punch these guys in the face. You want to share it for the rest of the room, please?
Imagine I find you here. Oh, I would have come home quicker.
I love his hair.
Data on Dr. Edwards.
Data?
That's
What is this
not good.
by taking people skating or to a bowling alley?
I understand you threatened to punch his...
I quite like this old guy. He's so fun.
Get up and walk out and kick over a few chairs which nobody was...
It's just, I guess his face isn't in the paper or anything. They don't have any pictures of him. But her face is, and he's a police officer. But I guess she's wearing glasses.
There's no guilt complexes. I congratulate you and wish you have...
There's nothing so nice as a new marriage because you don't have any grievances against the other person yet, basically.
You see my old assistant. The youngest, but the best one I ever had.
Oh, that's so nice.
Of Constance is a husband of mine, so to speak. Good night, Anderson.
He's like, no, seriously, like, I'm part of this marriage now. Like, I'm sleeping in your bed tonight. I call being in the middle.
Yes. I mean, it would be if it were.
And now you're last. Stabs her. I don't know, I'm very cautious about this guy. Like, I like him. He seems very nice and everything, but he could have murdered someone. He could be a murderer.
It isn't ethical. I'm here as your doctor.
Well, you can stop worrying, Doctor.
You're also here because you're in love. What? The lines again.
This room reminds you of something.
It's the bed sheets. It's the lines.
Don't run away, stand still, look at the widespread, look at it, remember!
I have chills, actually. That was sick. She said that with so much passion. Oh, he's dead.
We have the word white on our side.
I thought it was the black lines, but maybe it's the white and black lines. Is he gonna look at himself in the mirror and remember something? You have no beard, you have no stubble. You don't need to take that out. You don't need to take that out. Okay, it's the color white. It's the color white. stab time. Stab time with John. The music slaps though. But I'm very nervous. I love how he's in shadow. She's not in shadow. She's like the target. She's the innocent one here. She's in the light. He's encased in shadow. It's very cool.
Is that you, Mr. Brown?
No, Mr. Brown. Mr. Brown, go back to your bed. Go back to sleep.
I'll get another glass. I'm glad to have company.
No, 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 no. You're about to get slashed.
When I was a young man, I was always saying, if I could.
It's actually such a good shot. This is actually a genius shot.
That's why we have wars. Because old people got nothing else they can get.
This guy's speaking facts. No, watch out! Does he not notice the knife? Is he just so unobservant?
When we're young.
Oh no, he's gonna get covered in. It's the white. It's white. Is he dead? Please tell me. No, is he just asleep or is he dead? Is this a fake out or is he dead?
Alex,
Yeah,
are
okay.
you all right?
Woo! It's just a fake out. Alfred Hitchcock. Do not do that to me again, please.
Come out for.
I should have known.
I love him.
Touched. Who has a tremor of the left hand? Who is on a honeymoon with.
He's super observant.
So I keep talking while I put some bromide into a glass of milk.
Oh my god, he's actually a genius. He's actually a genius.
At times, but there is no danger in him.
This is what I found.
That's what Edwards would have said.
Love.
But this guy doesn't believe in love.
Operating on the lowest level of the intellect. Doctor told me not to smoke.
This guy is not the most correct in some aspects though. He's a genius and he's very observant, but he's not correct in some things.
The mind isn't everything.
Yeah.
You can see deeper sometimes.
She's changed. This is character development. She would not have said this at the start of the movie.
This is the way science goes backward. Who told you what is?
Yeah, but you can't... Feelings you can't put down to science. That's the thing.
Fantasies. He's wanted only as a possible witness as to what happened to Dr. Edwards. But in his present...
Okay, but then you're still helping to hide him, which would be jail time.
You're doing nothing against the law. We're helping them.
No, you are doing something against the law. That's the thing.
If I don't know a patient with amnesia when I see one, what do I know?
Yeah.
You don't...
True, that's his profession.
I don't believe in dreams. That Freud stuff's a lot of hooey.
Oh, you...
What? You don't believe in dreams, yet you have dreams?
Amnesia and you got a guilt complex. You don't...
How can you not believe in dreams if you dream? You know, that doesn't make any sense.
You all mixed up like pieces of a puzzle that don't fit.
Well, this is a theory that dreams do this, right? This isn't fact.
We'll find out.
She's so supportive. Okay, well, that's not creepy at all.
It seemed to be a gambling house. But there
This must be some of the Salvador Dali stuff.
I turned up a 7 of clubs.
This is so hypnotic.
He said,
I feel like I'm on drugs.
blank. Just then the proprietor came in and accused him of cheating. The
Oh,
proprietor...
he has no face.
Go on.
Go on. This is so interesting. I've never seen a scene this surreal in an old movie in a while.
He was hiding behind a tall chimney and he had a small wheel in his hand.
It's actually really creepy.
That's all there was. I woke up and saw Dr. Brulov.
Have some coffee.
Thanks.
I wanna be in the dream world again. Put me back in the dream world.
No, it was the snow.
The white, he's scared of the snow.
Yes, murder on skis.
What a waste of coffee.
Can you tell us where? Try.
Yes.
Didn't they go to a mountain? So I guess they went skiing. I thought it was like a dry mountain, but apparently it had snow on it, I guess.
You would be an angel.
Dream is trying to tell him the name of the resort.
Little charmer over here.
It was a place called Gabriel Valley.
What else
Gabriel Valley.
is for Gabriel Valley?
I know what I have to do. I can't go on endangering you. I know about
This is literally what you said at the start of the movie, and then she came. So obviously she's gonna keep coming. That's what she said.
You'll see what really happened.
you. mean because it will happen again?
Yes.
And what if I kill
Be
you?
funny if it would be funny if he kills you. That would be hilarious. I would actually laugh. I would laugh.
Because I'm convinced you didn't kill in the first place.
She's putting a lot of faith into this.
Believe in me enough.
This is the faith of love. What's his name? Alex? He doesn't believe. He does not believe. Oh my god, he had to actually draw glasses on her.
Things that please me. And you.
That was a little saucy. A little saucy on the trade. Oh. He remembers sawing into Edward's flesh. No, I don't know. That was very dark. Okay, that trade whistle scared me as well, Edward. Okay, I should stop calling him Edward. His John. His name is John at the moment. They really chose the quietest hills possible. If I try and go skiing anywhere in Vancouver, it's just crowded. It's crowded. Oh, he's steering them in a direction. Off a cliff, maybe. I'm so nervous. Oh my god, he knows what he's doing now, but he doesn't know at the same time. Oh my god, they're actually going towards a cliff. Oh, no. No, he didn't do that. He literally impaled his brother onto spikes. Oh my god, he actually pushed his brother onto spikes. Impaled. Oh my god. I feel like that scene needed like a little bit longer after he pushes her off, like pushes her to the side and saves her.
I do know that Edwards was about 50 feet ahead of me when he went over. I saw him plunge.
Edwards just decided to fall off the cliff.
In white. With a little orange blossom in your hair.
Aww.
Oh, hello.
No, he didn't do it. He didn't do it.
Well, not quite, Dr. Peterson. I'm afraid a bullet was found in the body.
Oh my god. No. Was it
His
him?
back. The case is one of murder.
50 feet ahead? 50 feet ahead? Did this guy shoot him?
To inform you that anything you say may be used against you.
Oh my god. No, this did not happen. No, this did not happen.
It destroys mine, don't you understand?
Oh my god, he's being put away.
We won't give up hope. I'm going to fight and fight and get you free.
I did not expect this. I thought the movie was over.
Your head against
That was a twist. That was a twist, guys. That was something.
It's over, it never will be. Don't ask me to stop, I can't.
Please stop. I asked her. Do you see that? I'm a daredevil.
Happiness in working hard. Maybe the most.
Oh, this guy's actually so supportive. I don't really know how this movie's going to end now. Is it going to be a sad ending and he stays in prison, or is there going to be a happy ending? Because there can't be that much left. There's got to be like 10 minutes left max at this point, right? Maybe 15?
Well, at least one good thing came out of all this. You are back at Green Manors. Who knows what would have...
That is one good thing.
Mr. Edwards.
I knew Edwards only slightly.
He looks very familiar. What is it, Constance? Big C? What do you see? I'm so confused. What is happening? Am I supposed to understand what's happening right now? Because if I am, I'm sorry. I'm gonna be honest, I didn't read that. I just didn't read that in time, so I don't know what that's supposed to say. The music is so intense right now. Oh my god, she's going through the same things, the same motions as before.
Do sit down.
Say what's on your mind, Big C.
I could almost imagine them inmates of Green Manors.
That's what I had in mind, Dr. Murchison.
Interesting.
There were eyes painted on the curtains around the walls.
Oh.
Like people being watched. Everyone's being watched.
It's called the 21 Club.
I've heard of it.
Nice. He's like, I go there every weekend. Every Saturday night.
But the proprietor seems to belong more to the latter.
Interesting. So John didn't kill.
The proprietor who threatened Dr. Edwards was myself.
It seemed that way.
Oh my god, wait a second.
I presume you only arrived at this solution tonight.
Wait a second.
Confided your psychoanalytic findings to nobody.
He did it. He did it. He killed Edwards.
Is there any more to the dream?
Yes.
Why did you talk to him about it?
For the good reason that the weapon is now in my hand.
Oh my god.
Edward's supposed to take your place here.
That twist. Whoop. That twist threw me for a loop.
Identified as the man who had a row with Upper Edwards.
He has a gun pointed at your
Saw you on the
face.
train to Gabriel.
He's going to shoot you before you can say this.
There'll be no dreams necessary for this case.
She's so cool. She's so cool.
The punishment for 2 murders is the same as for 1.
Oh my god. Oh my god, what a shot. Oh my god, what a shot. Oh my god. That shot was beautiful. No, 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 this shot is still beautiful. Aww. You know, Hitchcock, and he doesn't like to drag on the endings. It's always like 3 seconds after the climax of the movie actually ends. And that was my reaction to Spellbound, the 1945. Oh, I thought this movie came out in 1947. This movie came out in 1945, during or just after World War II. I thought this movie came out 2 years. I don't know why I thought 1947. I'm sorry about that, but 1945 mystery romance film starring Ingrid, Bergman, Gregory, Peck, Michael Chekhov, and Leo G. Carroll. Carroll? I'm sorry, Carroll. That's the easiest name to say and I mess it up. But yeah, this movie was really, really good. It was very intellectual. I want to know how many of these psychological facts they got right, how many of them they got wrong, if there was a lot of research. It felt like there was a lot of research put into this movie. There were some amazing shots. I'm talking about that gunshot at the end. Both the literal gunshot and the shot of the gun. You know, it was like that shot in particular was amazing. Some of the lighting was superb and the story was so interesting and it did not go the way that I expected, and there was some twists that I was like, what the heck? So twisty, so turny, and yet on a rewatch I'm sure that this would make, like, you can see these twists, but upon first watch you're like, what the heck, this is so cool, you know? So I think that they set the groundwork for the twist at the start of the movie, but they're just very hard to notice upon a first watch. Getting into the reviews of this movie very quickly before I get into the amazing score. The score for this movie was big and loud and awesome, but 7.5 out of 10 on IMDb and 85% on Rotten Tomatoes, so it's rated a little bit lower than the Hitchcock movies that I've watched so far. However, 85% on Rotten Tomatoes and 7.5 on IMDb is not a score to be sad about. That is still a very impressive score, and this is definitely feels like a quieter Hitchcock movie. It feels like a Hitchcock movie that's kind of kept to the shadows, one that isn't talked about too much, and it feels kind of like a shame because there is so much quality in this movie. This movie is carried, first of all, by Ingrid Bergman. She is phenomenal in this film. The score is loud, it's bold, it's powerful, it's moving, it's romantic, but it's mysterious and haunting at times. And then the shots are amazing. The lighting, some of the lighting stuff that they do is incredible. The story is interesting. Like, I feel like this holds its own in the Hitchcock universe, and yet people still don't talk about it too much. And I wish they did. I wish that they did because I think it deserves it. Getting into the music, as I just said, the music was extremely good, and there was a lot more music in this movie than I thought there was going to be, because in a lot of Hitchcock movies that I've seen, the music has been very subtle, or Hitchcock has explicitly excluded music from the movie in favor of the diegetic sounds. But in this movie, the score accompanied a lot of scenes, the majority of scenes, and I thought the score was absolutely excellent. I thought the score was beautiful. There was, like, whenever there was the romantic stuff, it was so romantic. It was very powerful. It was very persuasive in this romance. Like, you could really feel the romance through the score, but it was also at times very mysterious, very horrifying and terrifying and creepy. Whenever John, when he got the knife in his hand, for instance, the shaving thing in his knife, and he was walking through the bedroom and then down the stairs to Alex, and the music was like very eerie. It kept you on the edge of your seat. Whenever there was a huge twist, the music would get loud and boisterous. That's not even a word, I don't think. Maybe it is, but maybe I'm just making up a word for just big and loud and like just boom, boom in your face. And it made the dramatic moments even more impactful and even more dramatic. And I have to hand it to whoever scored this film. He did an amazing job. It was one of my favorite, if not my favorite, Hitchcock scores. Behind the Psycho score, probably, this is probably my next favorite Hitchcock score that I've heard so far. The lighting in this movie was also incredible. There was this one shot in particular. Wow, what was the shot? I need to try and remember the shot. There was this one shot in particular where I was like, wow, the lighting in this shot is so good. Oh, I think it was when he had the razor. I guess everything when he has the shaving razor is just pure genius, but he had the razor in his hand, and Dr. Constantine, she was sleeping in the bed, like the moonlight shining on her. She was sparkling and golden and full of bright and stuff, and then John, standing next to the bed looking at her, razor in the hand, was shrouded in darkness. And it was just really, really cool. Like this, you see like the innocence, the innocent woman sleeping in bed, the oblivious, naive woman sleeping in bed, right? And it's just like this white light shining on her, this innocent white light shining on her, and then he's in shadow, this mysterious, untrustworthy man, standing there who could potentially kill her and stuff like that. Just really good. Some of the lighting reveals as well, again with the razor walking down the stairs, and it's like he's in shadow, and then what comes into focus, what comes into the light? The razor. That's the important thing you want to see, the razor. And again, another lighting example, when Ingrid Bergman sees Gregory Peck's John for the first time. He walks into the room at the table, she turns around, and there's like that romantic like camera shots. The camera shots on Ingrid's character especially were very interesting, because there was like, it was almost like there was a light beam going across her eyes like this. It was like a very bright where her eyes were, and then almost in shadow, not in shadow, but darker tones above and below her eyes, and it really makes you focus in on her eyes, focus in on the emotion that she's feeling and that she's displaying with her eyes. And I really like that, because it allows the audience to understand where to focus in the scene using the lighting, but very subtly using the lighting. It wasn't like it was just complete shadow. It was a very subtle gradient, but it allowed your eyes to focus on the important thing in the film. So I thought the lighting in this movie was absolutely phenomenal. I thought they did an incredible job. Also, the camera shots in this movie were so good. There were a lot of just very simple, like slow pan-ins, like again with the razor scene when John is standing at the window and he has like the razor in his hand, he's taking the stuff out and he's like drinking the water, and it's just a very slow pan-in, and it's this very mysterious, eerie feeling. He's closing in on this like thing, it's like his mind is about to, like, you can feel that something is going to happen, and you can feel like the whole world, like John's world at the moment, is starting to close in on himself, and that is also due to the camera work just slowly pushing in. There was a really awesome shot at the start where this lady, that crazy lady who bit off the guy's mustache, just lies on the bed, and as she's lying down, the camera spins the opposite way, and it created this just really cool visual. I don't really know how to describe it. It just was awesome. But then my favorite shot was the gun shot. Oh my gosh, the gun shot was out of this world. Just having the gun, and you can see his hand, you can see the gun, and just tracking it, like that one shot, the gun always in the center of the frame, always on Constantine's character. You never know if she's going to get shot or not, and it's super stressful, and it just really ups the ante. It's this first person perspective shot that I've never really seen before in movies. I've never seen a shot quite like that shot before, and it was just like the way that it just held, and she's talking, and it held, and his hand looked like it gets tighter and tighter on the gun, and it was just really, really good. And then it turns like this, and you know what he's going to do, and you can see the contemplation, and it's just through this simple action, and you can see this contemplation. It tells this whole story through this one very simple action. The shots in this movie were really, really good, and I don't know if the shots never felt grand. They never felt like they did in North by Northwest. They never felt like this huge adventure. They felt very intimate, but they were just very, very creative. And the use of lighting mixed with the use of really good shot equaled this very tense scene. Another shot that I really liked, again, with the razor sequence. The razor sequence was my favorite sequence in the movie. That, as you can probably tell, because I think I had some of them the more tension. There was a lot of tension in that scene, and there was a lot of really good use of shots and lighting. But when he's just standing there and Alex is talking, Alex obviously knows, as we know now, Alex knows that he has, like, maybe not that he has a razor in a hand, but that he's potentially dangerous. And Alex is talking his talk as he's getting the milk and the bromine ready, and like the whole shot is just on the razor, you know, on John's razor. Alex is walking, it's on Alex. You don't see John, which makes it super mysterious because you don't know what he's doing or where he is. It pans, you see Alex walking by, and you see just the razor. Then you hear Alex talking, you see this still razor in the hand, and then it goes back, and you follow, and Alex's back is turned to John, and it makes it even more stressful because you're like, he has a razor, he could just stab you right now, your back is turned, and then it stays on Alex. You don't know where John is. It's just like the camera work just makes the tension 10 times more scary than maybe it would have been with a different camera work. The story of this movie was also really fun. I loved all the little twists here and there. The twists at the end, of course, were awesome. I loved that he was found to not have done it, and he's saying 50 feet away, but when then they said that Edwards was shot, you're like, oh wait, but 50 feet away is a pretty nice shooting distance if you ask me. And then he goes into prison, but then you're like, no, there's no way he actually did. Like, the movie's not gonna end like that. Like, there's just no way the movie's gonna end like that. But then I was like, but then who is going to be the murderer? I had absolutely no idea that it was going to be Dr. Murchison. That's how you say his name, I think. I like that twist was really, really good. I loved how Dr. Constantine, I'm saying doctor because on Google they all have doctors, so when I see the name, to remember the name, then I just say doctor because it says that on Google. But when Constantine remembers the past, when he said like, oh, I knew Edwards a little bit, you know, when he said that, and then he starts piecing it together for herself, and then she goes to visit him, and I was still confused because I'm not a doctor and I'm slow, and then finally the movie reveals it completely and he says it, and then it's implied, and then he says it himself. Oh, it was a really good moment, and it was a lead up to my favorite shot in the entire movie as well, so maybe that's why I also liked it. But I thought the twists in this movie were not cheap in any way. I thought they were earned, and I thought that they were really, really good. Getting into the cast now, I'm going to talk about Ingrid, Bergman, Gregory, Peck, Michael, Chekhov, and Leo G. Carroll. Everyone else in this movie did a really good job, but those were the four main people. Leo G. Carroll as Dr. Murchison, he was really good in this movie. He wasn't in the movie too much, but when he was in the movie at the end, he was really good. Yeah, I don't really have anything else to say about his character too much. I thought he was very intimidating when he was sitting down, but then also you could kind of see this unsurety, like you could tell that maybe he wasn't going to shoot her because he is this smart person. When she was saying that, I was like, you know what, that actually does make sense, and it looks like he is kind of analyzing the situation at the moment. But I thought that Leo G. Carroll did a really good job. Michael Chekhov as Alex, I almost didn't recognize him in this Google picture. Actually, I didn't recognize him, so I had to search up who he was playing, because his picture on Google is like this 20-year-old Alex, and in the movie he's like 70 years old. I didn't want to say 80 just in case he wasn't 80, but he looked 80, but I'm going to say 70 just to give him the benefit of the doubt. If he's younger than 70, then I'm very sorry. I'm very sorry, Michael, but he was so awesome in this movie. I loved him. I loved that it was like brains him versus Constantine's kind of heart. I loved how Constantine was heart, and then was brain, and she became heart, so she kind of knew where he was coming from, but she was also learning this new thing. But I'm not talking about Constantine right now. I'm talking about Alex. He was very humorous. He added a lot of life to the movie. That when he was in it, he added this intellectuality, but also he added, is intellectuality a word? Maybe I'm going to say it is, because that means I'm intellectual if it is. But he also added this like humor that the movie was definitely missing at the time, and I think he really brought in this very lively second act, kind of. He was in the movie for a lot of the second act, and I think he really made the second act feel like a lot quicker than maybe it would have without someone who was kind of humorous like him, but also very smart like him. I loved how intellectual he was, and I loved that he was very observant as well. I didn't expect him to be very observant, but he was. Also really like that. I guess that's his job, to be observant, but it didn't seem like it, but I like that he was faking. I also enjoyed that he was always second guessing Constantine's behavior because she was a woman and she was always defying it, basically. I really liked that because it's basically him as a society. Basically, he was almost representing society, putting a roadblock in front of Constantine because she's a woman, and because if a woman's in love, then she's definitely on the lowest end of the intellectual spectrum. And I like that Constantine would continuously break down these barriers that he would put into place, because one, because of her stubbornness, but two, because she's actually like a genius. And I like that he learned from it as well, and he never, like, at the end of the movie at least, he didn't like doubt her in any way. Gregory Peck as John, he was really good. Also, apparently his last name was Ballantine. I thought it was Valentine or Valentine, but apparently it's Ballantine. So obviously someone forgot how to spell Valentine when they were writing this movie. But Gregory Peck did a really good job. The emotions that he had to portray were really good. The look of confusion and anger and pain, not anger, anguish, that's the word I was trying to say, pain and stuff like that when he was remembering things. I thought he did a really good job, like, reenacting those emotions. It felt like at least he was in love with Constantine, and it felt like that they had really good chemistry together when he was in the emotional scenes, as well as when he was in like the hateful spite scenes towards her character as well, because there were a few of those. I thought that he did a really good job. Finally, Ingrid Bergman as Constantine. She was the star of this show. She ran this movie. She was the reason why this movie is as good as it is. Like, this movie is good, it's good, but with her it becomes amazing. Like, obviously the score is amazing, the sound, the shots are amazing, the lighting is amazing. Like, this is a really good movie, but she just like is the bow on the beautiful present, you know. She wraps this movie into a really nice bow. You give it to the president and he would go, "Yes sir, this is a good movie," you know, just because. And then she's like the finishing touches, you know, to make this an excellent movie. She was amazing in this. She was like, the emotions that she had, her character arc was really good. I love from brain to heart, but also with brain, you know. I like that she didn't lose her brain when she gets her heart, you know. It just becomes another part of her, and she uses her brain at the end of the movie to basically be a detective to uncover the truth behind what happened and who shot Edwards. So I actually really like that, because I was worried that she was going to go from brain to heart and lose the brain and gain the heart, but she just gained the heart and kept the brain. And I really enjoyed that. I really liked her character. I thought that Ingrid Bergman did a really good job. And that is my reaction and review to Spellbound, the 1945 Alfred Hitchcock movie. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much to these wonderful, beautiful, amazing people right here for supporting me and supporting my channel. It really does mean a lot. I don't know what Hitchcock movie I'm going to do next. Actually, I do. It's Rebecca. That is the next Hitchcock movie. I literally have my movie list right in front of me on my desk right now. I was like, wait, I definitely do know. Rebecca is the next movie I'll be watching. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time for my next movie reaction.